Live from the beautiful banks of the Big Darby Creek in glorious Galloway, Ohio, this is the Holy Mess Podcast. By disclaimer, live, pre-recorded. As always, I am Phil.
I'm Tammy.
Yeah.
I'm Carissa.
And we are the Holy Mess Podcast.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right.
Yay! Sprinkles, confetti falling everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
Well, like I
At
said,
least it
we're
wasn't unicorn farts and sunshine.
yeah, we are here tonight. We're preparing for snowpocalypse, which is destined to hit at, I think, between 4 a.m. and 9 a.m.
Do you want to build a snowman?
No. I don't know what Elsa, what that was about.
Well,
But
she brings the snowpocalypse.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. But kind of miss it. So anyway, snowpocalypse is coming. It's going to be quite interesting. Of course, they're predicting anywhere from 0.3 inches to 85 inches. So
Nice.
we'll see how the weatherman delivers this time. But
Did you see the news where they were, where you can see the meteorologist map and it's showing the snow coming in, the 2 to 4, like the different levels of
Yeah.
it? Well, Schwabel's had like a bread, like how many loaves of bread you're going to need based on
Okay.
anyways, I thought it was funny.
That is funny.
Somebody else, there was another one I saw that was wine. How many bottles of wine you're going to need to get through it, obviously. So, it was just
Tammy would be 100.
whatever. So the thing about a snow what do you call it?
Apocalypse.
Snowpocalypse.
Snowpocalypse. No.
An anemone.
Snowpocalypse.
Anemone.
Yes.
Is that we're stuck in the house wasting
Yes.
time.
Well, no, the fun part is that we get to, before that happens, we get to go to the food drive in the morning and spend 2 or 3 hours there.
Giving
then-
people food for
Yes.
the snowpocalypse.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So they're going to be prepped and ready, and we have the kids will be able to take their breaks and go sliding across the parking lot, hopefully,
Woo woo.
if it comes in.
Yeah. So on Saturday when we're snowed into the house, what are we going to do to waste our time?
Well, we are going to, I see what you did there. We are going to hopefully play some spend quality time together as a family.
Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Ugh.
No, I'm sure the boys will want to play video games. Truthfully,
We should clean.
yes, we should clean because the
'Cause
rooms
that's
are
what
not.
everybody wants to do.
Right.
No, that's seriously what I'm doing because
Mm.
I'm getting a new computer. So
Yeah.
need to get my room organized.
But
And
I
we're
also
getting a new bed.
I told the kids that if we get significant amount of snow,
We
will
would plow
go
the driveway.
we will go sledding.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So we'll go over to a big run and try to reenact last year when Jaden broke his phone, which was fun. I told him, I was like, I don't think you should take your phone on this hill. Probably not a good idea. Because he wanted to record himself.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's like, oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Sure enough, halfway down, boom, phone flies out of his hand, broken glass.
Oh,
so-
kind of like me going kayaking with my phone.
Oh, yes.
So-
Season 1,
So
flashback.
what when you're not wanting to go build a snowman or clean the house,
I never want to clean the house.
and you have a day off, what is it that you do to waste time? What is it your favorite thing to waste time?
My favorite thing to do to waste time is just sit on the couch like a slug and waste time.
Mm.
No, I
Wait, what's wasting time?
Mine would be binge Netflixing.
Oh, yeah. I don't really have any shows though that I'm watching right now, so I used up all the other ones. Pleaded them.
Pleaded them.
You need to find some new shows.
I currently am watching around. I can never just watch like one and complete it. Like I get like to the last season, then I have to go watch something else, and then like a few months later, I'll go back and finish it. So I binge watch around.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
You binge watch? Is that a name?
Binge watching around.
Oh, okay.
So like, I do enjoy lots of nerdy things. Like Star Trek and stuff like that. I'm watching Merlin and Father Brown, which is a BBC show, which is pretty cool.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You are a nerd.
I am, but that's okay because I'm a functional nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You're hidden in disguise.
Yeah.
As a normal
People
person.
wouldn't know that, and
they would never
unless
know.
They came to like my house and saw that I have a Zelda lamp, a Mario lamp.
Yeah.
Wow.
So say it's a day off and Gary's not around and Emery's at school. What's your favorite thing to do to waste time?
I would either be playing Wii or
You play Wii?
I do, and I play Xbox.
What about PlayStation?
No, I'm not a PlayStationer.
Well, I'm not any of them. I would like to be, but don't really have that time. Plus, a lot of the games take a lot of time if you're actually going to play them. I did download a free game. It's called Steep, and it's snowboarding.
Ooh.
And you can ski.
It's got cool graphics too.
Yeah, like real pretty graphics. So it's actually pretty relaxing just to get on there and kind of go down the slopes, take your time. You can either compete for like objectives and races, or you can just free ride.
Oh, okay.
And it's giant mountains. It's a lot of fun.
Last night we were playing Halo with my nephew, which lives like 3 hours away, so it was kind of cool. But it kept on automatically putting me and my nephew on a team against Gary. And that was really nice until Gary realized that that's what was happening.
And you didn't on purpose.
And then it just went away. So but they were massacring me. I'm not like fantastic at it. But I did get a couple of good
headshots.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
I'm a great meleeer. I like to bust them up with my elbow.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all you got too. Like last resort.
Well, Gary makes fun of me sometimes because when I'm playing, I'm not really good with the thumbstick, like keeping it level and like keeping the picture in front of me. So I'll be like spinning around in a circle trying to shoot something.
Yeah,
I
shoot myself. Yeah.
And then I blew myself up with a grenade. So it was fantastic.
I have done that.
But I made my nephew's night because he got to slaughter his aunt.
Yeah.
So it was great.
Yeah, that was cool. I saw pictures of you guys. It looked like you were out to eat somewhere.
My other nephew, he's lived in South Carolina for a while. And he recently moved back up to Columbus for school.
Oh, okay.
So this is the first opportunity we've had since he's been back up to go out and have some lunch. So we went to Jason's Deli. Yum.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about them.
Oh, we need to change the fact that you've heard them.
Yeah,
and that you need to experience it. The Reuben is like a mile high and fantastically yummy. But you really fill up on the salad bar, which sounds really odd, but it's fantastic. I had the most delicious salad. They had French fried onions, like the kind you put on the green bean casserole, on their salad bar.
Wow.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, that
sounds exceptional.
Great.
Sounds really yummy.
No, it doesn't.
It was healthy. There was peas on it. So, what other than Netflix, what does Tammy do for fun?
For fun or to waste time?
Both. They're kind of the same.
I don't really have a lot of time to waste, honestly.
That's true.
No, you don't.
No, it's a very busy life. So.
Well, as busy as you are, surely you must have a pretty stressful life.
Wow, that was a great segue.
Yeah.
Good job. I'm so proud. Gold star for you.
I read this on my phone. It's a Switch. Okay. But seriously, so obviously you work a lot. you're always helping with the kids. We have kids in sports, trying to put together dinners, lunch, weekends are even busy. How do you cope with the stress, Tammy?
Well, there's medication.
Oh.
Wait, for you or for the kids?
Melatonin for everybody.
Yes, we're not allowed to talk about Benadryl with the children.
Yeah.
It's 2019.
No, we don't do that. No. I certainly need I need to come up with some better ways of coping. I bottle up a lot of my stress, and so I don't react either way. So, but I'm very tired, so I need to figure out an outlet, which we're going to go get a gym membership down across the street because we are both in winter and feeling really
Well, that would be good.
Yeah, and the kids love it over there, and so we're going to go do that, and I'll get to walk the trail they have, and it goes up above the basketball court, so it's really cool because when I loop back around this big circle and the walking track, I can see the kids playing basketball and stuff, so it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that would be neat.
Yeah, so we're going to do that, and our friends just moved right beside the community center, and they go to church with us, and they are going to join us. So that'll be exciting to have them together.
Right. And we did this, 2 years ago?
Yes.
We had a membership there, and it was amazing, but we did not utilize the time there like we should have.
Well, we had kids
partly
in
because
baseball.
Right.
We had baseball, church.
Again, stress.
Lots of stuff.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's what we want to do better about coping with stress, because we, by the time you get dinner done and get showers and everything and homework, you're like, okay, I'm going to bed.
Right.
So, and we need to figure out a way
Well,
to
and stress
relieve
just
stress.
makes your body just want to shut down. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm done. Just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Give me some Netflix and I will just veg.
That's
Right.
what we've been doing. Yeah,
Mhm.
just laying. I'm going to lay in bed and watch Netflix.
Right.
So, and we don't want to do that because it's like affecting our health and our mental states.
Mhm.
So, we want to change something.
My mental state's fine, but it is really affecting yours.
Definitely beg to differ. You know what's funny is mine is more body. It affects my body stress than my mind, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because like when I'm really, really stressed, like my back starts hurting really bad and
Headaches.
Mm-hmm. and
Yep.
So, anyways, but Phil, his is his mood when he's stressed. So, and I'm not saying that's like I'm bashing. I'm saying that because people handle stress differently.
Mm-hmm.
So,
absolutely.
So,
what about you, Carissa?
I don't get stressed too often. I'm usually pretty even keeled. When I do, it's usually because every loving thing at the church is going wrong.
Yep.
And the people that should be there aren't there, or people have touched stuff that shouldn't be touching stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So Sunday mornings are usually my most stressful time. And I'm taking steps to take myself out of it. I do take on more than I should. I just pile it on, and then it just is too much, because then other people think that they can not do as much. So I have relinquished some things for Sunday morning, and making other people responsible for it. And if it doesn't get done, then it just doesn't get done.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you usually have a look on your face. Yes, she does.
She has a look on her face.
It's determined.
No, I know
when
the look.
people start not listening, or we have random drum solos in the background, like when we're trying to start a new song, or bass.
Or guitar.
So, I've been trying to focus, partly because I'm still asleep, but been trying to focus not on joking around or making too many crass comments while we're up on stage.
No, usually that part doesn't bother me too much. It's usually the other stuff, like the computers, the live streaming that never wants to work,
right?
Or the soundboard, because we share our church with other people. it gets moved around, and it's just the nature of the beast. And then inevitably, all of my work that came throughout the week is all undone. So then I have to rush around and figure it all out.
Right.
Do you think the other church says the same thing about us? It's like, why can't they just leave this stuff alone?
Could be.
Yeah, they have to be.
They're probably like, oh, we gotta go. They come in at 12:30 every Sunday. Like, here we go again.
Yeah.
But I think that I had a nice chat with their music person, and I think we're going to be a little bit more on task with that.
You threatened them, didn't you?
No, I would never.
I don't think she would threaten.
No.
Just
But no, that's like usually my
strongly
only
suggest.
time that I'm stressed. Right now, anyways.
That's pretty good.
But
Well,
that's just my personality. It just comes in if it's not like something happy or unicorny. I'm just kidding. Then it just kind of goes away.
yeah. Well,
Unicorny.
my stresses are just about everything under the sun. I don't handle it very well at all either, do I?
No, there's room for improvement.
Right. So, because ultimately, when you are stressed, it does affect your mood, puts you in a bad mood, and not only that, it can put the people that are around you in a bad mood, but based on your actions.
Yeah.
So, what do you do to improve your mood when you're in those situations? When you are in a bad mood.
Okay. I'm going to go get you a pen and paper so that when we talk about this, you can write it down.
Oh, no, I'm not. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. So when I'm in a bad mood, I need to talk about it. He has a look on his face. I was in a I don't want to say I was in a bad mood last night, but I was in a very...
No, it was a bad mood. But the bad mood triggered like
all day.
super anxious and just like I don't know what was going on, but I was like, okay. But I didn't say anything.
At one point, I said, "You don't have to solve this. I'm just venting. Like this happened and this happened, and it started out with like almost getting sideswiped 5 different times driving the kids to school, and it wasn't my fault. And just it started like the tension started there, and it just went through the whole day. By the time I got home at 9 o'clock, I was like done, and I was like, just let me talk.
Right.
So I guess that's how I want to talk it out. I'm a solver. A problem solver. So if you talk it out, there's a solution. Sometimes that doesn't work for people, and it stresses them out worse. So, anyways, that's kind of how I cope with it.
Carissa, what about you?
Well, I pray. So especially when I sense tension, or I sense just someone's either in a bad mood, having a bad day, or they're super stressed, I'll just suggest that we stop and pray. Just because God can really come into that situation and change it. If you have that moment where they're not focused on the stress or the mood or whatever's going on, and they switch that focus to God, that really does the trick most of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they'll still have to have that time where they debrief or go back and deal with it, but it does shift the focus a little bit. It takes it off of you, and it lets God take that burden on.
Yeah. And when I feel like when we do stop and pray, because I do that too. I've even gone to the bathroom at work. Like, okay, I need a second. And you are praying. And it almost like you can compartmentalize. Is that the word compartmentalize? Am I saying that word?
Compartmentalize.
Yes, thank you. My tongue wasn't saying it.
Anemone.
Yeah, anemone. But you can. It's almost like in your brain, you can like, okay, cool. I shove this off to God for now. All right, let's get back in here. You're just kind of pushing it away for a minute. Let him take care of this over here, and then you go right back into your. And that's almost like I have a mental way of doing that. Like,
Yeah.
you have we have our marital compartment, we have our kid compartment, and when that it needs to go to the side for right now because I need to focus on work,
Yeah.
Right.
And then if it's something where it keeps trickling back in and it's starting, to get in out of its line, and it's starting to come back over into my thoughts again. Sometimes I have to talk about it. There are times where I'm like, listen, we got to talk. Like, it's consuming, and that's
I'm
probably
like, no.
that's probably anxiety in
Yeah.
me. And I'm like, we need to talk about it for a minute. We need a solution because my brain needs to have that right now. So.
And I deal very well when you approach me that way, don't I?
No. And no.
Well, because I always feel like I have to, like she said last night, you have to have or don't feel like I don't need a solution. I don't need an answer. But my thought is always that I need to say something.
Or fix it.
And fix it. That's not always the case.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I do have really bad anxiety. I'm all of life. Everybody has anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, that's something that I've had since childhood.
Right.
And when it comes in my mind, it's like I can't, like, it's just like a circle. It just keeps coming back. And then that makes my heart race. And then so if I talk it through, kind of like I did last night, I just kind of like mind dump, like, just talk. You don't need a solution. Just let me talk. And I feel like I can get it. It just comes out of my body,
Yeah.
So some people write.
Yeah.
And so anyways, but that's kind of how I know I went off on a tangent a little bit. And I do that sometimes, but that is how I cope, and I try to improve myself, because I did feel a lot better after I mind dumped on him last night.
Right.
And it wasn't anything you did wrong. So see, you weren't even in trouble.
What?
He's like,
For
go ahead.
once.
Yeah, go ahead. So
yeah, I was perfect with that one. I'm like, yeah, good.
he was playing PlayStation, and I'm like just talking. I'm on my computer just talking.
I was listening.
The other thing I do sometimes, and that I suggest for other people that chronically have that kind of thing where either they're just super stressed or like really anxious about something, I just tell them, if you start feeling that way, put worship music on.
Yeah, I do that.
And then just let that be what's going in, because we're surrounded in a society that is really toxic for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's stress at work, it's negativity on Facebook, it's all these kinds of things are just going in and in and in, and we're not getting enough of the good in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I completely agree with that.
And we subject ourselves. It's one thing, you have issues at the job, you have issues at home with, issues is not a good word. You have situations with your children, family at home. So then you're adding social media to that mix, which is not something you need.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, it is negative. And that one was real bad for me for a while, because I would just get fired up. I would get online, I would read something from somebody and think, how dumb could these people be? And then I immediately address it.
And then you regret it.
And then I regret it. Because it makes you both look silly. They already look silly. And you're making yourself look silly by trying to, quote, point out what they did wrong.
Yeah. And then he'll talk to me about it. And I'm like, I just don't respond to it. He's like, how could this not upset you? And then he's mad at me now because I'm not acting like he's acting. I'm like, I just don't have room for it in the idiots in my life.
Yeah.
So,
So I did
one too many.
Yeah. So my answer, because I love still getting on there, seeing pictures from family and funny stuff. Love funny stuff. Mr. John O'Neill, you bring joy to my day.
You're punny.
Yeah. But so I've been trying to focus on that, and when I see negative stuff from people, I either unfollow them, or there's some people I just am happy to unfriend.
Yeah, I've really had to do that, because I've been getting super annoyed and angry and frustrated with the political climate that we're in. So I really just because I was biting my tongue, even though you don't use your tongue on Facebook. Like I had to hold back from typing stuff, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But and then I found the lovely little feature where you can hide them from your news feed. Like, yes.
Yes, exactly.
So then I don't have to see their idiotic remarks. I don't want to not be friends with them anymore. And it's not that I don't appreciate that they have their own point of view, but I don't want to see it.
Yes, they do
and
have
then
their
if you
own point of view.
unfriending them is so like
final,
bold and rude, and
Yeah.
they totally
Feels
and
great.
I still want to be able to like invite them to church things and to
and be a Christian and
and
try to fellowship with them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's hard to do sometimes. But so in that situation where you're finding yourself all fired up, reading the comments and stuff like that, how do you keep your cool? Zachary and Kaylee are wailing on each other. How do you not kill them?
Well, just look at my wall.
Yeah.
So
no, you're not. We need a repair on our wall, by the way.
Yes.
If anybody wants to come over and fix that. Yeah.
It's honestly, it's so hard to do because I remember my sister and I, and it was not pleasant times for either of us. We were very mean to each other. So when I see them do that, it hurts my feelings.
Yes, that's exactly how I feel.
And I do. I get super angry and threaten them. But again, it doesn't matter taking things away, blocking them from being able to be on their phones, video games, whatever case is, they still continue to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just a natural process of siblings that they have to go through. Because I know my sisters and I are close now, and I regret that stuff. But now we have good stories.
Yeah.
From those times of our lives. So
yeah,
it's hard not to explode, and I do, and I lose my cool quite a bit with them when they're doing that kind of stuff. So
when I say what I'm about to say, is this no way me comparing my kids to your kids, okay? Right, by any means. But Chance and Cameron are 17 months apart. They were practically twins, the same age, around the same age, doing the same thing at the same time. And then Jaden came along 5 years later. So Chance and Cameron were kind of a little bit more grown. Chance and Cam never, they argued, but they never, like, hit each other, like, wailed on each other or punched or anything. And so I didn't have that. Obviously they fought, but they didn't have, like, throw down fights like your two. They're different kids. They're different personalities. Look at Cameron; he's so like reserved, and they're just different personalities than Kaylee and Zachary. And then now Jaden and Cameron have like gotten to fights, but anyways, so when Kaylee and Zachary do it, it really, like you said, it hurts your feelings. I cry when they do it, and then next thing you know, they're crying. We've been in the car, and I'm like, I don't know why you guys hurt each other. And I'm crying in case I didn't mean to hurt him like that. And so Zachary's crying. I didn't do anything. And so we're crying the whole way to London to drop him off to school because it just makes me sad. It doesn't make me want to hurt them for hurting each other, but it hurts my heart because it's like, how can you love each other and hurt each other?
Yeah.
So I got to figure out a way to cope with that because I just keep crying when they do it.
Now, I didn't necessarily experience that as a kid. My siblings, my blood siblings are 10 and 13 years older than I am. So I didn't really have that because if they ever hit me, they were in big, big trouble.
Right.
But then I had my cousins. My parents took in my cousins. And for a while, there was 4 extra people in our house. My older 2 siblings had already gone, and all of a sudden I was thrown into this situation that I was unfamiliar with. Siblings near my age. So, and I had to share a room with 2 little girls, and that was
That's not fun.
special. It was almost like I was an only child for a while.
Yeah.
At
and then
home.
you started getting pushed out by all these other
it was not
little
fantastic.
rugrats.
Love them to pieces. But no, I did not like sharing. It was not a great experience. But they were like fist fighting. I'm like, what is this? I
Wow.
mean, I've experienced at other people's houses, the Butterworths.
Yeah.
Because Phil's little sister and I are the same age.
Mm-hmm.
And we're best friends growing up. But I had never really experienced that in my own house, and so it was just a unique experience. But one of the cousins got adopted into our family, and he and I are only 3 years apart. We never fist fought. We wrestle, but just because it's fun.
Yeah.
But we never like fist fought or anything like that.
Yeah, it's okay.
We just did mind
Just want to
games.
clarify for all the children's services people out there
right,
that their fights rarely ever consist of a hit. It's usually arguing about.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's arguing about stuff. They
yeah.
push each other. Zachary's grabbed her, like squeezed her and stuff like that. And I'm like, but the bottom line is it's still physical, unwanted physical contact. And
that was
nothing
very
good,
politically correct of you.
nothing good comes from it, and they are just so mean to each other sometimes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But, I pray that they will come through that, and I've told them that. They know that.
Well, and I think a lot of it is people that have the same personality as you usually clash a little bit more.
Yeah.
And they are very, very similar with their personalities.
Mm-hmm.
They're both very, very sensitive.
Yes.
And they're very tenderhearted. But at the same point, they have that passion on the other extreme as well.
Right.
And
Butterworth.
I think a
Butterworth.
So
the Butterworth effect.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're sensitive and passionate at the same time, that creates that explosion.
Yeah, we don't work well together.
But I think it will do really well for them in the future.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
There's still hope.
Yes.
There is hope.
My sister tried to kill me with a umbrella, and now we laugh about it.
My brother tried to kill me with a jack.
With a what?
A jack. A car jack?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm taking a picture of you.
I thought you meant like little jack that you play.
No, he threw
he
the
must have
big
really
jack,
thrown it.
the old jacks
Yeah.
that have the long,
Oh.
and then it, and threw it down the stairs at me.
Jeesh.
And my parents' house had plaster walls.
Oh, no.
So it hit the bottom of the stairs and put a big hole in the wall.
Right.
Somehow I got in trouble for that.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure how, but I did. So, anyways, but yeah, but I didn't ever hit my brother because he was younger than me. But I took all of the brunts from him. Sorry, Clint. My brother had extreme ADD and was all over the place all the time. But then I felt bad, so I covered up. He caught my parents' backyard on fire once. The whole backyard went into flames. I helped him put it out, hid the evidence, and no one ever knew about it until probably 5 years ago.
How did they not? How did they not know their whole backyard had caught on fire?
Well, it was summer, and the grass was already dead.
Oh, okay.
And that's why it went up in flames.
Thank God you got it out.
And we mowed the grass really fast so that we cut off all the deads. So that's how we coped with it. So, anyways, that's called covering up your brother and being the awesome sister.
Yeah.
So I did that a lot, actually.
So when the kids are being like that, I know when Emery, she's an only child, but she has wow personality.
Really?
Five at the same time, maybe. No, she just can get really fixated on something, and sometimes there's no talking her down, talking her out of it. It's like she's having an argument with herself.
Okay.
But like it can be frustrating when she's like that. And it's hard to not lash out. I do have to give my husband props because he deals with Emery really, really well with this respect. He will sit down and he will talk to her about what's going on, and he'll calm her down. And even if that takes bear hugging her for a little while until she's completely wiped out, but he will sit there and talk to her, talk it through it with her, and let her work through it. Which definitely helps her. Her personality, she's like Tammy. She has to talk it out. She's got to get it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I am. Emery, she always likes talking about her feelings.
Yes,
she lets Phil know that he hurt her feelings. He told her to pick up a chip. Phil, it really hurt my feelings
when you told me to
pick
do
up
that.
chip.
I don't care.
That was funny.
Yeah.
So, well, it's been nice talking about stress, but I like this topic because I like to talk out my issues that are stressful. So I think this is why this topic I don't want to say means a lot to me, but what are you doing?
Just trying to find something.
Oh. So and today it's kind of funny. I was thinking about this topic while at work and not stressed.
not stressed about
and
stress.
Not stressed about stress.
Nice.
So I just thinking about different areas we wanted to talk about. So, what are you listening to?
Ooh, ambient noises to soothe you.
Reduce anxiety by 65%.
Did what group did that study?
The YouTube group that posted this.
I don't know, but I'm feeling it.
So this is a way you can cope with your stress. Just listen to this music.
We'll just have it playing nonstop.
This can be your outlet. You get through the whole house.
And now it's fading away.
Okay, Phil's voice right there sounded like the
Coffee talk.
No, the WOSU what is it called? Classical music station.
Yeah.
And now coming up next, we have Mozart's Fifth Sonata.
Yeah.
I used to think that was so weird when I was a kid, listening to that. I think this is how we're going to end tonight. We're just going to fade this out.
We're just going to go into the Periwinkle Room and see what soothing music is in there.
We're going to fall asleep in the Periwinkle Room.
That's okay. No stress.
This is weird.
Everybody just go to sleep. Shh.
I'm creeped out now.
I'm serious. I feel good. Like, that was so soothing. And look at the video.
That's...
For those of you who can't see it, it's creepy little light blobs going over a waterfall.
Dancing over a lake. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, we have to come to an end with our fun little episode tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody check out that smooth music.
Yes.
On YouTube with all your stress needs. And
well, and since we're all feeling a lot better, James Brown is here tonight, and he has volunteered. He's going to sing a song for us that will make everybody get on that right side, feeling good. And this is so bad. Is anybody gonna help me?
I don't know what song you're singing.
Da, 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 da.
I feel feel good. I know that I would. I feel good. I knew that I would. So good. So good. I got you. I feel nice. Like sugar and spice now.
You did a good job.
That's it.
That was a great one.
All right. Signing
Good
out,
job.
people. Thank you so much for listening.
Stress free.
Stress free.
Bye-bye.